Why would Pearl ever sign up for a debate when she can't even debate online? She got completely demolished by Ana Kasparian. But not only that, Pearl is a sore loser because now she's talking about how she wanted to actually put hands on Anna because Anna was winning the debate. Lady, you that much of a sore loser? Let's go ahead and get into this clip. But first, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. This is a mess, y'all. Let's get to it. So before we get into the clip, I just want to say she's going over her notes. Mind you, she took 58 pages of notes. Now, how were you going to remember all of that during a debate? Dumb. Here we go.
Wait, this is the wrong one. That's my outline for the show today. Hold on. At the bottom. Look at quotes from books, quotes from a world out, man. Where's works cited? These, I had a historian. I paid a historian to go through my works cited, someone that does that for a living, and correct them. Tell me where I'm right. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me which ones are useful. Tell me which ones are not useful.
She needed. She never used that historian again. But I want to say this. This proves to me one thing. Pearl doesn't know what she's talking about, and she exposed herself as a grifter because when Anna was spewing things at her, she had nothing to rebuttal because she's so used to talking points and being able to just laugh and giggle, and then somebody will move on to the next subject. Because if you ever watch Pearl when she's on these panels and stuff like that, she gets like really kind of like, not, I don't even want to say nervous. It just gets awkward because she's awkward as hell, and she starts smiling strangely and just kind of laugh and giggle. That didn't work during that debate and exposed her that she doesn't know what she's talking about. She sounded dumb. Let's continue.
So not only, that's how far I went, but I understand if you can't say them super fast, if I can't remember. So this was essentially worthless to me because it was 57 pages.
Oh, 57.
And this was the biggest. You'll notice the second half I came up. You'll notice the second half of the debate I came out, and we're going to react to it. I came out stronger, and it was because I said, and this is what I should have did. I should have stuck to 5 topics. I should have understood my limitations. There's some things I can recite really fast, and there's some things I cannot.
She's right. Like, it was a little bit too broad because one point she was talking about how women need to be prosecuted for lying about who the father of the child is, making them pay child support, which essentially, yeah, women do get in trouble for that. They don't go to jail, but they do have to pay back the money, right? And then it went to women shouldn't get alimony and they shouldn't get child support. They need to get a job, and all. It was just all over the place. It made no sense. But essentially, Pearl does not know how to debate. I hope they paid her some good money to make a fool of herself. None of my business.
Yeah. Nick never gives his source. Well, Nick's a better debater than me. Look at. Look at, I think we've established that. If it's like Pearl's not good in it, that would be true. That would be true. That would be accurate.
And here's the thing, too. Nick, I'm not going to say that Nick is not a grifter, but Nick actually believes in the bullshit that he spews. Pearl doesn't. She doesn't have any conviction to it. So what she basically does is just copy off of other people and things that she hears online. And she tries to take that in and be all like, oh, I can do this too. Because don't forget, her being racist and all this other stuff, that was never like really her shtick. she more or less moved into that because that was her new grip. But beforehand, she didn't like being called racist and stuff like that. Remember, now she's always talking about black people all the time. So again, this is another grift for her. She doesn't care about anything she's saying. She knows she sounds stupid when she's telling women not to vote, but yet she votes.
I know you're saying I did great. I absolutely, you guys got to stop gassing me up. I did not. The first half, I did great at certain points. Yeah, I know. Don't try to remember everything. Focus on the stuff you know really well. I know that was. Yeah, you know what? But, you know, even though I lost this debate and I thought about it, I know that I did everything I could. I wish my nerves did not overcome me, but they did. And I know I studied, like, from the time I knew about the debate to the time that I did it. You know, this girl has 20 years of debate experience. I wish I did better, but I didn't. So.
Out your league.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm sorry, guys. I really do wish I did better, but there's just sometimes it's very difficult talking to someone that'll go low, because then you just have to go lower. And if you stay high, you just have to listen to them, kind of bitch at you for an hour.
No, you didn't have any arguments during the debate. Anna was like, oh, okay, do you have anything you want to ask or anything you want to say? Because there's a part where you're supposed to interrogate the other people and basically be like, well, is that true? How do you know that? Cite your sources. And Pearl wasn't doing that. She was just standing awkwardly with the mic like, yeah, because you don't know what you're talking about, lady. And Anna didn't go low. It was some joke about like, oh yeah, well, you could use some Botox or something, filler or something like that. That's what she's talking about when she said Anna went low.
1 second. Hold on. 150. Thank you for supporting fathers who want 50-50 shared custody. We don't mind supporting our children. Such an asinine comment made by Anna. We just want the same parenting time as mothers. Gavin saying you had a kid the whole time while she was on was hilarious. I think you cooked her. She just relied on name calling and Botox jobs. Yeah,
her audience is dumb too.
I didn't rage quit, but do you know what I thought? There was a point where I did want to throw hands.
Pay attention.
I'm not gonna lie. She's like 5'1". And I thought about it. I'm like, you can talk like this to men, but I'm bigger than you. I could body you. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I will. Yeah. Yeah.
So you would body her over a debate. But you're literally at a debate where you're supposed to be using your words, arguing points, but you want to body her, or, oh, I can take her because she's 5'1". Pearl, have you ever been in a fight before? Like, what are you talking about? But even that just shows how much of a sore loser she is, because she knew she was losing. Now, if Pearl was winning, she wouldn't even have said any of this. She was like, oh yeah, I got her. She didn't know what she was talking about. I owned her, right? But the fact that Pearl has to look at this and everybody else is sharing these videos of her getting completely destroyed during the debate, this is why she's mad. This is why she's upset. You are a loser. Now, she admitted that she did lose. She took an L. It's even titled, like, I think I took an L. Yeah. And so she knows that she lost, right? And she's even telling her people that's trying to cheer her up that, yeah, I lost. She knows this. But even with that being said, she still doesn't like this because it exposed her. And it's funny because later on in this show, she talks about how Jubilee wants to do one of those 20 versus 1 or whatever with her. I don't know if that was a recent email or an email from a long time ago, but I highly doubt they're going to want to do a show with you, considering that you can't debate. Now, luckily, that shit is edited, so they can edit it to make you look smart, but you're definitely going to struggle with that too as well, because you can't think for yourself. You can't think on the spot, because again, all you know are the talking points, but you don't know the actual facts. You know, one of the things about how 80% of women get custody of the children is because in most of those situations, men aren't asking for joint custody. It's a sad reality about that. Because how are you a father, but you're not asking for joint custody or pushing for primary custody? Now, in cases where the mother, is on drugs or unstable, they will, ask the man. But even in some of those cases, the man will not even ask for custody. So it's something to look at. Now, we all know that typically they will side with the woman in certain situations. But again, it's like, as a society, we have to get better at that. If you have children, you are responsible for them. But this whole argument that women shouldn't ask for child support or get alimony, that's something to be debated. But child support, again, as long as the woman is using it for the child, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, if she makes more than him, she has to pay them. Look at Rachel Lindsay, that used to be on The Bachelor. She married that white man, and that white man is getting his reparations from that black woman, excuse me. Yeah. But again, Pearl's a sore loser. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She can't debate. And it's so funny for somebody who likes to go on different people panels and antagonize them. You would think that she'd be good at that. Like, at least, okay, you don't know how to argue your points. At least be able to go back and forth with words with Anna, but you couldn't even do that. You froze up. You didn't know what to say. You got nervous, like you said, and you were like, oh shit, what do I do now? You panicked because your grift was exposed. Y'all, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to y'all later, but make sure you guys hit that notification bell for more. Deuces, everybody.